arena today. We're finishing Chie's story. Hopefully this is going to be like a shorter stream because I started stream late. And I need to do homework.
This program is brought to you by the following sponsors.
Persona 4 Arena Ultimate.
I'm also purchasing a new PS4 controller because this one keeps getting unplugged. When I play this game, not respond.
The following sponsors are responsible for this program.
Persona 4 Arena.
Alright, so today we're finishing Chie's story. And then we're gonna be moving on to the Persona 4 story.
Who the hell are you? Why are you after us?
We've come to take you in. Would it clear things up if I mention the name Kirijo?
The shadow gleefully. The shadow. Did I say glarefully? The shadow glares hatefully at the guy in the cape. The red cape guy takes off his hood and stares back at Miss President and her shadow. What? What does it mean by taking her in?
I'll never go back there! Damn it, get back here!
The girl suddenly runs out of the room, her
Wait.
shadow in hot pursuit. Idiot. He trips over Kanji, still on the floor. The girl and the shadow are incredibly fast. They left just seconds ago and I can't see them anymore. He was faceplanted and doesn't seem bothered by it.
Who are you, really? What did you do to Kanji-kun?
We had a battle between men. Could you turn down a challenge for the title of strongest man?
Huh? What's he talking about? What the hell were you up to, Kanji-kun? I have so many questions to ask that I don't know where to begin. The guy turns his back to me.
You're better off forgetting what you just saw.
Whoa, wait a sec. That's all very well for you to say, but... Hey, I said wait!
Without another word, he rushes off. Talk about a one-sided conversation. Couldn't he at least said his name?
I couldn't sense him approaching at all, and I can't track his presence now either.
Rise-chan bites her lip in frustration. She doesn't look well. She's been up in a lot of stress.
Rise-chan, take care of Kanji for me.
Huh? Are you going after him?
Of course. No way I can leave that red cape weirdo or Miss President be.
If she can't pursue them with her persona, then I'll catch up to her on foot. The basics of police investigation are in the legwork. You ready for ready when I catch up with you, Mr. Red Cape? Alright, buddy. Dun, 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 dun. I finally spot that conspicuous cape turning a corner in the hallway. He's really fast, so I could barely keep up with him. But thankfully the gym should be up ahead. Even though there's no way to be sure that here, I can take him on.
Right there, Buster!
The guy tends to run off when he frowns, but he doesn't attempt to run off again. Did he have a change of heart Persona 5 reference? Plop, plop, plop. Now I can catch up with him.
You're gonna tell me what's going on! Who is that Labrys girl? Is she really a machine? And why are you after her? What are you gonna do once you catch her?
What good would knowing that do you?
What?
I'm here on a certain mission. You could even call it a duty. My resolution is nothing like yours, based on curiosity.
A duty?
He rasps his knuckle. It seems like there's another invisible wall.
Ridiculous Grand Prix is still going.
What? Wait, you mean... we're trapped. So...
That's what you get for coming after me so recklessly. The rule that one opponent must be defeated is still in
Alright,
effect.
bitch. One of the tournament's rules. You can't leave if you don't fight. In order to keep fighting, you have to fight the scary-looking dude. You can see him conjure through a wall. I'm sure this guy has to be a Persona user, too. I'm guessing he came through the TV on his own, too. Do you have a chance of beating that guy?
Alright, I accept.
Huh. Why are you willing to go to such lengths to catch up to Labyrinth?
Labyrinth. So I guess
I
that's
don't
Miss
know why.
President, true name.
I just know that she was in pain. I don't know if my reasons are better or worse than yours, but I can't turn my back on her.
When I say that, his eyes get even more intense. I know that I can't look weak at that guy. I've seen that look in people's eyes before. I've seen people acting with determination that never wavers. I've seen it in my friends, but I can't look away from that resolve.
Alright. To answer your questions, what you saw was the 5th generation anti-shadow suppression weapon Labrys. She was given a heart so she could use a persona.
A weapon? Then she really is a robot. But she's so cute. And she even sounds like a normal girl. Oh, so that's what her lost memories were about. And since she has a heart, she has a shadow too.
She has a shadow. Do you mean the thing where there's 2 of her?
I nodded and tell him about how this world works, especially about the shadows. I'm not great at explaining things, but I've already told Labrys not too long ago, so you should know what I say.
I get it now. The mastermind behind all this isn't Labrys, but her shadow.
I think that's it anyway. She didn't have any memories and thought she was the student council president. But I wonder what's with this tournament. What could she have wished for to make this happen?
I have some suspicions about that. Labrys may have been forced to do some inhumane things while she was in development. Her original circumstances may be related to the setup of this Grand Prix.
Because she was forced to fight all her friends.
This tournament is a reenactment of what Labrys went through in her past?
Looks like you'll be alone forever. No one can understand you. It's what Labrys has been
She just
feeling.
wanted someone to understand how she felt. Is that it?
So that's why she made people fight against their friends, because she had to do it in her past. That has been what the shadow was saying. I was doubting her too. I didn't even try to believe what she was saying, even though my ways of doing things weren't great.
That's all I can tell you. If you still want to search for her, you'll have to defeat me to move on. What'll it be?
I searched to find the right words within me. I can see the strength in his eyes. I can't
If
say I'm doing this
Labrys
just
wished
because.
to make us go through what she went through, that means she wanted to be understood. She wanted someone to save her.
That's just your guess.
But if it's
Possible I'm right, then I can't abandon her. That's why I won't go back until I've saved her. Her heart is worth fighting for.
I'm looking straight into his eyes and he smiles, but even though he's
What's your
smiling...
name? Mine's Akihiko Sanada.
I'm Chie Satonaka, a 3rd year at Yasogami High.
I like the fire in your eye. Then let's fight. See whose passion comes out on
Wait,
top.
why is my camera fucking broken? Hello? Camera? Hello? Hi? Okay, there we go. I fixed it. I don't know what happened. Alright, time to fight Akihiko.
Final. Fight!
I forgot I'm not playing as Mari and Jump C isn't an approach option anymore. be. Da, 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 da. Ryu, that was a hard fight, but
I won?
Looks like it.
I won.
Tell me,
Akiko
Chie,
stands up and
What are you
looks
gonna
at
do
me.
when you get to Labras?
I need to answer this properly too,
I'm
now that I've won.
Gonna apologize for saying such awful things to her. But that's not all. I want to talk to her. Really come to an understanding with her. Even if things are
I
too
like how
painful for you
he
to enjoy
never,
on your own.
Akihiko never,
You
like,
can still overcome them if you
turned
have friends
evil.
To help. I know that.
this was just a
And I want to show her that too.
strong fight.
That's why I won't let her be alone.
No good. I want to be strong and straightforward, but my feelings got ahead of my brain. He's not the
You remind me a little of my
kind
friends.
Your friend?
I'm sure you'll be able to do the right thing. Do what your heart tells you.
With that, he takes off his cape and sits on the ground. Hurry
Okay,
up and go to my place.
Thank you very much.
I thanked him before I realized what he's saying. Akihiko believed in me. I may not be the best talker, but we've communicated with our fists and we've come to an understanding. Then all I can do now is run. My legs, my heart, everything feels light. Alright, thanks. I should be able to reach out to that girl now, for sure.
I finally made it back.
With I was on the way, Research-Chan contacted me. Labras and the Shadow seem to have returned to the announcement room together. If they're together, that means Labras has been taken captive by Shadow. If they're in the same place, then Akihiko were ready to fight just to buy her time. Research-Chan says she's already escaped to a different room. She's complaining about how heavy Kanji-kun is. Looks like he hasn't woken up. When I open this door, it'll be a one-on-one battle against the Shadow. Dun, dun,
Miss President-
the piano!
Labras? Are you here?
The fucking piano of death! Something's going
That
on!
man told you to come here, didn't he?
The moment I enter, a sharp voice calls out to me. I see the speaker standing alone. Is she the Shadow? No, this is Labras herself. Of course, the
No,
Shadow
you
has to be
didn't.
watching.
I came here because I wanted to.
You just want to capture me like all the others. Well,
Labras reaches for the
Labras,
battle axe.
I didn't come here to fight you.
I'm never going back there. I never want to get put through that again. I'm gonna run away. Just you watch me. If anyone gets in my way, I'll stomp them all.
It's no use, she's not listening. It must be because her past is so painful, but I need to calm her down.
I can't stop now. There's something I need you to know.
Alright, we're fighting Labras.
Final. Fight.
Why? Why won't anyone understand?
Labras, I wanted to...
What the hell? Oh no, they've made her into a robot factory. What is this? It's so horrifying. There's a giant furnace-like object in the center. What in the world is this? Don't tell me, is this what?
Now you get it? That'll never happen.
You!
Of course Chie-san's angry. You did lie to her after all. And wow, you didn't hesitate for a second to attack her. So you do want her to suffer then. You want to make her go through what you did, right?
That's not true!
You want the everyday boys and girls to experience what you're going to go through, right? That's why we're in a school, having a fighting tournament. You want to see close friends fight for their lives against each other. Because if they do that, then they won't understand. You want to make them understand.
That ain't true!
Lapis crushes her head. I try to reassure her. The shadow is the only voice she can hear. The shadow twitches to her
But it
mind.
was all for nothing. It just left you more of an outcast than ever. It's all right, though. I'll take care of everything from here. You are me, after all. I'll destroy anyone who doesn't understand you and comes to get in your way. Just like you once did.
Stop it! That's all a lie!
Oh no.
Labyrinth, no!
Lapis, don't fucking do it!
Can't be me!
Finally! You finally said it! Now, I can be myself! Yes! The power!
A shadow going berserk. No matter how many times I see it, it's still overwhelming. Lapis goes limp and falls to the floor. I stand
It's
between
okay.
the shadow to
Just
protect
wait
her.
for me.
I'm exhausted from today's series of battles. I'm alone in this fight. It's unlike anything from last year, but I'm confident in myself. I have a strong resolve. This is
I'll
my
make
wish.
sure to
It's my
protect you.
dream.
If this is about wanting to protect someone, I damn well won't lose.
And keep in mind, this is not Shadow Labyrinth. This is Shadow Labyrinth.
Fight!
Oh shit, we're fucked. Oh, you're Shadow, yet you got a fucking awakening too. Gee, Billy. Alright, we made it back.
It's over.
The shadow finally stops moving. Labyrinth is safe. She's still trembling behind me.
Huh? Why did you protect me? Weren't you mad?
I can't blame her for thinking that. I was really angry back then. Seeing Labyrinth with a blank look on her face is funny for
I
some
wasn't
reason.
mad at all. Actually, it's you who should be mad at me. I said so many awful things to you. I'm really sorry.
I could never be angry at you. I'm the one who did all those awful things.
Labyrinth looks over the shadow. I wonder if she still can't accept her shadow. It's not something you can accept without a lot of soul searching. She spent this whole time being tormented about what the shadow represented. Considering that Labyrinth is a serious person, he may come to think that everything is a responsibility.
Hey, about this Grand Prix. I mean, yeah, it was tough, but it wasn't all bad.
Huh?
It taught me a lot of important things.
my weakness, the ambiguity of the dream I embrace, as also I remembered the fact that I'm not alone. Just as the shadow said, my weak self may never completely disappear, but I can accept that. I mean, I have friends with me after all. I'm not alone. That's why I'll be all right. I'll overcome it no matter
That's
how many
why I
times I
wanna
need it from
thank
here
you.
on.
And your other self over there, too. I still don't know what kind of pain you've been through, so tell me about it. I want you to tell me everything, like how you feel and what you're thinking.
Tell you about myself?
Mm-hmm. I'll listen. If you have something that's too painful to bear alone, then let's work it out together.
Together? I'm not alone anymore?
I nod back to her. Levis looks up and looks to her other self. I was so bad at explaining myself. Levis stands up and walks to her other self. Her posture telling me how she feels. She says, I'm alright now.
I'm sorry I ignored you all this time. I was the one who left you all alone. No. You are me, after all. This is my persona.
Now that Levis accepted herself, she finally smiles. It's a smile from the bottom of her heart. And I can tell she's never shown it to anyone before. We go get everyone who's been trapped by the walls created from the tournament rules. Since the real mastermind is gone, the invisible walls have disappeared and everyone else should be free now. We go around each place. Yukan, Yosuke, Yukiko, Teddy, Ryusuke-ken, but Kanji, even Nato-chan showed up and he shouldn't be here. He told us that he just happened to be back in town because of the job he was doing. And eventually we all got to the school's rooftop as a big group. When we opened the rooftop area, we saw something surprising. This isn't the rooftop at all. It said this was a studio-like place and we used as the entrance to the TV area. I should have disappeared after that, but it looks like we got it restored when Labras entered the TV world. Once the Midnight Channel started airing again, people would start taking an interest, like last year. So that's why the studio took back. Still, the investigation team is back together. This would be the perfect time.
I have someone to introduce to you guys. This here is Labras-chan.
Chie-san?
I explain everything that's happened. I tell them everything. The Labras is a victim of the events that took place. There's a shadow to come out of her, and it was the one that masterminded this tournament, but Labras accepted it, and now everything's been solved, and everything else that I may be forgetting. This is the third time today I've had to explain all this, so I'm gotten pretty good at it. Labras looks at Yukon. I expected as much. He is our leader after all.
That must have been tough. You feeling okay?
Huh?
Having a shadow come out of you is pretty draining. Seriously, I was ready to collapse for a few days when it happened to me.
Mm-hmm. It's amazing that you're able to stand like that on your own.
Labras looks back between me and everyone with utter surprise. No one else minds Labras. They keep trying to talk to her, all speaking
Could
at
it
the
be
same
because
time.
she's a mech? Wow. Isn't it cool for a mech like her to have a heart?
I can't think of any way it could be weirder than an idol, a detective, and a tame shadow, but here we are.
I don't know. I think Teddy was even crazier. The way he grew a body inside of himself from scratch.
I am more intrigued by her than Teddy, though. May I examine your internal working?
Now, Chun, if you're going to touch anyone's internal workings, do mine.
Please stop,
With
Teddy.
all due respect, I shall have to decline.
Thank you, Nato. Man, I don't blame her for going all quiet right now. I tap Labras on the shoulder,
What's
saying
wrong,
lost for
Labras?
words. That's what I thought, but Labras,
What
you
would
got
we
it
be
all
angry
wrong.
about?
Now that it's over, it wasn't all that bad.
Ooh, the battle to decide the strongest man was pretty intense, though.
Is that what it was about?
Well, they may be taking it in stride a little more than is normal.
Labras looks at each place.
Chie-san.
Everyone's smiling.
Thank you so much.
Jeez, you're so formal. You can just call me Chie. We're friends, remember?
Friends.
You can just call me Yukiko too.
And you can just call me Prince Teddy.
That's longer than your real name, though.
Go back to the Wild Kingdom where you belong.
Got him!
Would the carnivore like to join him?
What did you call me? Go back to the Disappointment Ranger Ressentiment hideout.
You've got it all wrong. Ressentiment is French. Mal is pronounced completely different from the man in Featherman.
It seems he's smarter than he looks.
Oh, she's wrapping up everything so well, and then Yosuke has to go on about this stupid stuff. We keep snapping at each other like this. Labras is just gonna pull back into a shell. We just started talking. Labras bursts out into laughter. That also warms my heart. The case is finally over. As I
Looks like everything's working out now.
It's Akihiko-san. Should the two other ladies be your friends?
So you're Satonaka. Akihiko told me about you. I'm Mitsuru Kirijo. In a way, you could say that I'm Labras's...
The beautiful woman in Kirijo, that sounds familiar.
I'm
Akihiko?
Agus. Thank you so much for saving my older sister.
Older sister? Then are you Labras's younger sister? Wait, then are you a machine too?
Yes. I too am a robot.
I just smiles. I take a close look at her. Her body is mechanical, just like Agus. All these robot girls running around. This is so futuristic. Who made something like that? Kirijo? Does she mean the Kirijo group Kirijo? This is seriously gigantic corporation. And if that's her last name, oh crap. These people have a completely different world than the rest of us. I cautiously stand up straighter. I can't let them take Labras.
It's okay.
Away.
You've come to take me away, yeah? I'm ready.
Labras?
Chie-chan, I can't ask for anything more. I've made so many friends. And you've all accepted me. I'll be okay now.
But if you're caught, that...
She went through so much pain and we just became friends too. I want to spend more time laughing with her.
I'm sorry to interrupt the heated discussion, but I have no intentions of sealing you away.
Huh?
Your shadow going berserk was an irregularity caused by this world. It wasn't due to any malfunction in you. Luckily, because of what happened, you are now in complete control of your persona. Isn't that so, Akihiko?
Yeah, that's right.
How do you know that? You weren't even there. Could it be that he helped us out? He's so understanding. He is a real man.
Not gonna be locked up?
Yes! I'm so glad for you, Labras!
This is like a dream. I can't believe this. Thank you, Chie. Labras?
The researchers?
It's not over yet.
It's completely different. Seeing this Mitsuru stands needs to pick on someone
Is
we
this
couldn't.
the same communication system we use? Everyone, step away from Labras.
What's going on? I look like back to Labras, but there's no light in her eyes.
I cannot gain access. She is being hacked. It isn't coming from inside this facility. The signal originates
You mean inside
elsewhere.
the TV?
You mean outside the TV?
This is just a little extra resistance. Now, entertain me.
The voice that comes back sounds nothing like her original voice. With a blink of an eye, Labras dashes towards me. There's no hesitation
No.
in movement.
Why do we have to fight each other again?
Alright, one more battle against Labras, this time with her persona. Oh, it's Shadow Labras. It's Shadow Normal Labras.
Final.
Why, she was quite easily defeated. Evidently, I didn't push her far enough. Well, she is a test unit, so this is as far as my little game goes.
The voice continued to emanate through Labras, who fall to her knees and stopped moving. He's ever speaking through his controller.
Who are you? Why are you doing this to Labras?
I should thank you all. Although this didn't work out, you did stay in it to the very end.
Labras's shadow was only the mastermind of the tournament. I see now. You're the true culprit behind the whole thing.
That's right, Labras wasn't a persona user, she was a victim. The shadow should have appeared after that. There's someone else who dropped Labras into the TV, just like last year's case.
It was I who stole Labras away.
Adachi!
Since I don't have a persona and can't enter a TV, I needed a puppet that could run amok for me. Labras's persona was only partially awakened, so I had a feeling her shadow would appear if she underwent a little... You got the better of me this time. You deserve to know at least that much.
This time? Are you still planning something?
Who knows?
What the hell? Labras has a heart. Do you even understand how much pain she went through because of you?
Seriously, what the hell? Labras is being controlled from some safe place out of the TV. How could they laugh when she's in so much pain?
A heart, hmm? It's meaningless. Whether or not she has one matters not at all to my plan.
What?
Well then, everyone, until we meet again.
The voice cuts out and Labras immediately falls to the ground. Labras is unconscious. I don't know what to do to my fist. We saved her. She was so happy. Why
It seems whoever our
this?
adversary is, they're connected to us. You shouldn't get involved in this any further. From here on, leave this to us.
What? Wait a sec! After what that bastard did to us, you're telling us to butt out?
I understand how you feel, but this is too dangerous for you.
Bitch,
will
we
do
have
our best to ensure
personas!
no harm comes to you. Trust in us and let us work.
But
I'm so irritated I can't put my thoughts into words. Mewtwo-san may be right, but that doesn't do anything for my feelings. I mean, if some bastard is just gonna say a person's heart has no meaning, I can't let him get away with it.
Let's leave this to them.
Huh?
We should get out of here. I'm completely exhausted. Mewtwo-chan has been stuck in this world for so long we're at our limit. Thinking rationally, we need to go back
Labras.
home.
Huh?
When we return to the real world, all the energy that had been powering for me drains away and I begin staggering. All these feelings are swirling around inside me. It's a number I don't recognize. I should ignore it. But it does bother me that I'm getting a call right now. The call said to me at a certain location. A limousine parked on the Pine Country Road. It's just so long. This thing is insane. This is the movie. It'd have to be a comedy. Can it even turn a corner? Labras called me last night. And the people in the car were bleachers. When I call her, Labras immediately gets out of the car. Oh, she's not carrying on.
I'm sorry for calling you here all of a sudden, but they told me we'd be leaving already.
The follow-up is over after all. The work here is done.
I'm glad to hear that, Master.
Master?
Actually, I spoke with a bit with Akihiko-san. When I thanked him for helping us persuade Mitsu-san, he said it wasn't anything special. I only did what was necessary. After a little chat, I convinced that this person is striving to my own goals. That's why I'm going to call him Master. I'm going to look up to him as an ideal until I
told you to
match his
stop
strength
calling
and
me.
resolve.
Now, you're my master. Though, I gotta admit, part of me has just always wanted to say macho things like that.
But you're not a man.
A true man isn't bound by his sex.
Let's go! Trans rights!
I see. My apologies.
Your leap of logic is so extreme it could reach the moon.
No, trans rights! Shut up, Agus, you suck!
You're going with them too, Labras?
Yeah. I decided I'm gonna work with Mitsuru-san and then I'm gonna find whoever it was that set you all up and catch him myself. I won't let any danger come to you, so this is just a short farewell.
Labras.
I felt like someone gripped my heart. Labra's been so much worse. She's gonna fight for us, whoever this culprit is. Labras has such a kind heart. For them to treat her like some object is just unforgivable. My happiness for Labras, my anger at the bastard who controlled her, and my frustration at not being able to help. I looked down, not wanting her to see me cry, but a large hand slapped me on
Your
the back.
passion had a real effect on Lapras. You should be more proud.
Master!
A true man is only allowed to cry when he loses his wallet.
Yes, Master!
That's a rather shallow occasion for tears.
Yeah, what?
Did something happen to you during your trip?
It's true that the mental scars one would face if one lost one's wallet in an unknown land halfway across the globe would be immeasurable.
They wouldn't be that bad. Like, just cancel your credit card.
There they are. Hey!
My friends have gathered around us. Of course, I
You
told
could have
everyone.
stayed a little longer, you know?
Seriously, we got a whole week off and we didn't get to hang out at all.
It's truly a shame. Well, until next time.
Mm-hmm. Until we meet again.
Lapras is smiling. My passion had a real effect on Lapras. I think that's what Master said, but I don't think that's entirely true. She seriously wished that she was understood.
We
That's
should
why I
get
wish
going.
came true. As the Limerous machine turns on, Lapras' face clouds over.
No, a true man wouldn't cry.
I make a bright smile. Lapras then enters the limo. As the car takes off, Lapras sticks her head out the window and yells loudly.
Really glad that I met you, Chie!
I'll show you. I'm the one who told her not to cry. Lapras is smiling like I told her. Looks like I won't be a true man today. We had the long postponed reunion party for Yukon. We were all feeling down after having to say farewell to Lapras, but that immediately picked our spirits back up. There was one more happy surprise. Also, that this doesn't mean that we won't be able to see Lapras again. Yup, Golden Week starts for us today. Later that night...
Dear Akihiko-san, that doesn't feel right.
I can't figure out how to start this letter. I'm not good
maybe
at
it's
writing
too
letters.
formal.
Don't you have phones and computers? How do I write professional business letters, articles?
To my master. Ooh, much better.
Relax, and the pen follows wishes in my heart.
How have you and Lapras been? I've been well. I've been doing my best while remembering what you...
Do you remember?
That's later
You
that
told
night.
me that I would be... That made me want to be...
Oh my
So,
fucking
in
God.
order to catch the culprit, me and the investigation team are... Oh, crap! Phew! That was close. I'm supposed to keep that a secret from him.
We're going to fight the one that had been using Lapras. In other words, the investigation team is back in action. That was the big surprise that came out. Yukon is the one who suggested it, so we're all pretty surprised. Seriously, he said let's leave it to them right in front of Mitsu-san and the others. But it looks like Yukon had other plans in mind right from the start. Man, if he can be such a convincing actor, I can't go spilling the beans in a letter, but to lie to Master, no, I have to lie to him. I can't let him
I
find
guess
out no
this
matter
really
what.
isn't my thing.
I will be able to do the right thing. I'm gonna believe in those words and do my best to live up to them. Yeah, okay. It's already past midnight.
So sleepy. Oh. Since Yukon's with us again, we've got to give what we decided on our best shot. Investigating.
It's so fluffy. I can't. Okay. Good night, Chie. A future. What I want to protect. An enemy we must fight. I need to concentrate on one thing at a time. I won't. Friends, I know it can go on. Alright, we can now start episode P4. So we're gonna go start that after I go use the bathroom. I'll be right back. Hello, I'm back. We're gonna start with chapter 1. But first of all, wait, hold on. Go back.
So you will.
Just look at this. What the fuck is Uchikoshi? Is that you? Did you design this game, Kotaro Uchikoshi? Did you design this game? Are we gonna be shifting? Are we shifting? Are they gonna be like, oh, you have to go to a different timeline, you have to fucking, you have to fucking stop the snail from being in the road.
Assistance. Is that correct?
Very well. In that case,
Igor,
there is nothing more to be said.
Is this a different VA for Igor? Because I don't recognize it from P5 or P4.
As for your presence here,
like, his voice sounds deeper than normal, but like not as deep as fake Igor, obviously.
this room is ordinarily only accessible to those bound by a contract. You are fated to refine your power. You will most definitely require our assistance, eventually. Until we meet again, farewell. Most intriguing.
Are you certain about this? Our domain is indivisible from the destiny of our guests. Nothing meaningless happens in this room. Which
We're
can
back in the
only
car.
mean that the fate of our visitor just now will be...
Margaret?
Pardon. We are only allowed to watch over and assist those guests who are bound by the terms of the contract.
Indeed.
So, the young man you
So it is
Narukami is tied to our recent guest's fate. I wonder what fate, or rather, encounter will await him. You Narukami. Now that's a guest who never ceases to amaze.
Who's in that room? Is that fucking Sho? Does Sho have the wild card? Does Sho Mina Mizuki? That's what I'm gonna call him. It's May 5th, the day after we saw Labradus and the Shadow Operatives off. We were in the corner of the chaotic and
I had a hunch this was gonna happen.
Well, your hunch isn't getting us anywhere. What are we supposed to do? There's not a single open seat.
That's just how it goes at Juness during Golden Week. And on Children's Day at that. If it wasn't this busy, we'd be out of business by now.
Today's Children's Day?
Huh?
I should have brought Nanako.
That's what you're worried about?
Nanako! Lots of kids running around. I think back to Nanako's face when I told her I'd be going out. Oh, so we're playing as you. She looked like she wanted to say something. I feel bad that I didn't ask her about it. What is Nanako up to? Is Nanako the one in the velvet room? But given what you came to talk about, I couldn't take her with me. I wonder if she's watching TV alone now like she usually does, because her father's a bad person. Jojima is a fucking shitty father.
Ooh, good job, Kanji. That's pretty impressive,
Spend
Kanji.
time with your
Especially
fucking
for you.
Damn it, Ted. Leave the especially for you part out next time.
All right, break it up. No fighting, guys.
Let's go, you.
Don't you have off during Golden Week too? Isn't it like a federal holiday or some shit? Shouldn't the police department have off?
Right.
You move to the seats, Kanji safe. There's a table of for four with 6 chairs you found somewhere.
So it's a great day out and...
Dude, I don't think this is the time for that.
Well, how else should I start off? Look at the size of this crowd.
I'd say I made the right call showing up like this. If I came in my usual costume, the little kids would be swarming my adorable bod. I'd be mobbed.
Oh yes, I've seen how the children tear off your fur from time to time.
Wow! Are you being nice to me, Yuki-chan? Has our love finally blossomed?
Huh?
I fucking hate you, Teddy.
Shot down as always.
It's because you never learn.
We didn't get to talk much yesterday after all.
I nodded to Chie. We got into yesterday after seeing Labradus off, but there wasn't much time to calm down and talk about what happened. In the end, we reviewed the details of
Don't worry
tomorrow,
about
which
the
is not
crowd.
today.
Let's start the investigation team meeting anyway.
Yeah. Though
It's
we are
weird
missing
seeing
2
you
people.
talk.
It's just not the same without our full... Oh. Not only Rise-chan,
But now Chan couldn't be here either.
Well, it's not like the other day, where we just lost contact with Rise.
Mm-hmm. She seems really busy. She said she had work during the holidays, too. At least we got to talk to her yesterday.
Yeah, Nato-kun's job is keeping her busy, too. I guess it's the same old for them.
Nato-kun knew things about what happened that not even we did. Apparently, she knew about Mitsuru-san and her friends from the start.
Thanks to her, though, we got some good information.
Well then, let's get everyone up to speed on what happened using that info.
Yosuke's right. So much has happened over these past few days that none of us has a good grasp of it all.
What was it that started it all?
So we don't need to play it.
Midnight
They're just
Channel
gonna
again,
recap it for us.
I thought I was dreaming for a good chunk of it, so it's not really hitting me.
The Midnight Channel, that TV world we have to restore peace in. It ended up being used by someone else in the Labras incident. Labras is the 5th generation anti-shadow weapon, a girl with a mechanical body who was stolen from the Kirijo group, and one of Japan's biggest conglomerates. Someone threw her into the TV world. Labras faced her other self, and by accepting it, she worked a persona. However...
So who exactly was it that put Labras inside the TV?
At first, I thought the culprit was jealous of my popularity and tried to break us friends up.
Mm-hmm. But that wasn't it. Their goal was to disrupt our hearts by making us fight each other, and then steal our personas after they returned to being shadows.
Really?
Naoto said as much too.
Oh!
I don't know. Turning them back to shadows and stealing them. That doesn't sound like something just anyone could pull off.
I guess that was part of the story that I didn't play, whatever. So that's his
We know
plan.
for certain that the culprit was using that method to try and gather powerful shadows.
So he was trying to turn our personas back into shadows.
That's definitely not something any normal.
You don't have to get into the TV world to figure out why the Midnight Channel. We found it strange. At the heart of it was Labras. Having all these severe trials as a weapon with a heart, she gave birth to a shadow, which twisted her dream of wanting to be a normal schoolgirl. It resulted in the P1 Grand Prix designed to pit people against their friends. We were forced to fight each other, but we also met we also met C's. Using the power of the personas, they're using the power of personas before we were. The case isn't over yet. We couldn't find out why the people who put Labras into the TV for the beginning. Mitsuru people seem to have some idea, but we decided to investigate on our own.
That reminds me.
The thought suddenly crosses my mind. After we solved that first case, the TV world turned into a beautiful place, but that wasn't the way anymore after the P1 Grand Prix.
Still the same. It should go back to normal eventually. But the P1 Grand Prix had such an effect that it's still noisy there. Oh, but...
Huh? But what?
But
Quit
what?
mumbling and just...
It's hard to say for sure, but I sense these weird presences. They feel kind of like shadows, but not really.
Weird presences? You mean there's something strange in
I don't really know.
What could it be? The culprit maybe?
Maybe, but maybe not.
We all look at each other after hearing Teddy's evasive answer. There's something in the TV world that can only be a shadow, someone besides us who knows about that world, or someone who can use a persona.
Huh? How would that make sense? The culprit wasn't a persona user, right?
He did say that he used Labras because he couldn't enter the TV world himself.
The only people who can enter the TV world are persona users. For no reason again, they have to enter alongside a persona. If anyone who doesn't have a persona falls in for whatever reason, they're in serious danger. Either the shadows are already joined there, or their own shadow might end up killing them.
Wouldn't that mean this weird thing Ted's talking about can't be our bad guy? Or maybe the culprit can shove people into a TV even though he's not a persona user.
Yeah, how did he shove someone into a TV if he wasn't a persona user?
There's one more thing that bothers me.
What is it?
It's something Naoto said.
She said that when Mitsuru-san's plane was hijacked as a diversion for Labras' kidnapping, the hijackers had no memories of their actions. The way they brainwashed and hypnotized, but it could have been done by a normal person.
There's so much we don't know.
But no matter what the culprit was trying to do, if he was after us in the TV world, I doubt this case will wrap itself up.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Oh, then does that mean...
Too bad for Mitsuru-san, but we're gonna ignore her request not to get involved.
I knew how to say that. They were worried about our safety still.
So the investigation team's back in business.
Yep. Feel a little bad doing this to Mitsuru-san, but we can't just leave this be. We can fight too.
I'm in too.
Sorry.
After all, I am Labby-chan's knight. Plus, I can't sit on the sidelines after seeing what this culprit did to my world. It had gotten so peaceful thanks to you guys.
I knew they felt this way, but I nod firmly after seeing everyone's in agreement.
Mm-hmm. We have to return the favor of getting stuck with those strange epithets, too.
Everyone looks. The nonsense nicknames that had got broadcast through the P1 Grand Prix made no small stir in our daily lives.
That makes me so mad! What was that carnivore whose discarded womanhood stuck all? I could swear people cross the street now.
Although personally, what, do you think that your sister complex thing is okay?
I was actually pretty impressed.
Huh? Is that how you think of me, Yukon?
No, that's not what I meant.
That reminds me. You seem to like that sister complex Kingpin of Steel nickname.
I see. Now that you is talking full sentences, now I hear the Hajime in him.
Did he?
Sensei, have you awakened to a new name? Should I call you Kingpin from now?
Even though it's just my imagination, that what Yosuke said is worse than the nickname. And all I meant is that those nicknames weren't that bad. Still, I admit I was honestly impressed how precisely this time we're in striking each of our hang-ups.
This sure has turned out to be some golden week. And after you took the time to come see us, too.
No kidding. Shit got stirred up the day you came back. Like someone planned it that way.
Everyone nods at Kanji's words, everyone except Yosuke. Unlike the others, he shoots me a slight bleak glance. I know what it means, but I'll let him say it.
That actually does still bother me a bit.
What do you...
Oh, I guess the timing? It's like whoever did this was waiting for you to come back.
The incident with Labras happened right after I returned to Inaba for Golden Week. It was timed as if whoever set this up was waiting for me to get into town.
To think about that now. Oh yeah, where's Marie-chan?
She's elusive as always. It looked like she was buying something at Sozai Daigaku the other day.
What? Nobody told Emi-chan that Sensei was visiting?
Well, it is Marie-chan we're talking about. I'm sure she's noticed that Yukon's back.
Marie, she was another involved in the past case we solved here in Inaba. We hope to regain her lost memories, and she now protects the town as a minor goddess who supports the town people here.
Then, why hasn't she shown up? I mean, if she knew that Senpai's back, you'd think she'd be the...
Oh, fuck.
Where'd that lightning come from all of a sudden?
So, Marie is not here because... So, I know Marie only got added as DLC. I know that's a fact, so... Marie is not here. So, and this is the excuse.
Oh, look at those insane rain clouds.
Has Marie turned back into fucking...
Jeez, the weather report has been way off the mark lately. Oh, sorry, that's mine. Hello?
That reminds me. Labras is a robot, right? Would she rust if she got caught out in the rain?
Nah, I doubt it. The Kirijo group developed her after all, and they wouldn't be that cheap.
Mid-chan's group sure is amazing. Her stuff is way better than Junes brand electronics.
Oh my god.
Shut up! And don't go dissing your own employer.
The gang's all back together. As Yosuke and Teddy snipe at each other, Chick gives up to the cloudy sky.
Labras is with Mitsuru-san and her friends, right? I wonder how she's doing.
So Maria's the one who controls the weather, right? So if it suddenly got dark and cloudy after Yu's here, Maria always makes sure to make it sunny when Yu's here, right? Also, doesn't the Persona 4 Golden epilogue take place after this? But Yu doesn't find out that Marie is back until...
Don't worry, I'm sure she's doing fine. If all goes well.
We're doing this without, so I can't
Yeah,
say I'm
you're
eager
right.
with running into them.
Hey, looks like Yukiko-sen.
Oh, welcome back.
It was the inn. It seems a group of our guests is still out. We didn't have any umbrellas ready for them, so I think a lot of them will come back drenched.
Oh, right. I forgot this is a busy time for the Amagi Inn, too.
Actually, shouldn't we be heading home ourselves? Ugh, if this keeps up, I bet it'll keep raining into the night.
Raining, huh? That thing's not gonna come on again, is it?
The Midnight Channel, which came out at midnight on a rainy day. The weather is just like this during the incident with Labrys too. As if we break the silence, we hear another roar of thunder.
In any case, let's meet up again tomorrow to check up on the TV world.
Okay, I'll see you all here tomorrow. And I'll make sure to let Rise-chan know too.
I'll call up Naoto-kun, though I don't know yet if she'll be able to make it.
Cool deal. Well, see you guys tomorrow.
I see Yosuke trying to leave before
What do
everyone
you
else.
think, Yosuke, about the timing of all of this?
He's like, I need to stop my boyfriend to
that.
talk about this.
I don't know, I might be overthinking. If the culprit happens to know you, would that give some hint of who it might be?
Also, it's an understandable question. The culprit is investigating me, of course. He'd know something about me, but not my plan to stay in Inaba during Golden Week. It'd have to be a person to know me, plus someone.
Is it
Is
possible
anyone?
that it could be Adachi? Adachi-san?
All I could do is duly repeat the question. Toru Adachi, the man who was arrested by the police murders. He used to, which is ironic since he worked for my uncle. We do have quite a history, and obviously knows about me, and I can't rule out that Dojima-san might have told Adachi-san
No,
about
it
my
wouldn't be
vacation
him.
plans.
He has a persona.
Oh, yeah, good point.
Does he?
Sorry.
Does he
Wasn't trying to
still
weird you
have
out.
his persona? I didn't just deny that it could have been Adachi-san because he's a persona user. The real reason is because I trust what Adachi said about abiding by the rules of this world. But if not him, then who? Adachi.
And then Dad came up here.
Nanako!
So I made sure
My
to raise
child!
hand to answer all the teacher's questions.
Nanako, you told that story 3 times already.
You showed up for Parent Visiting Day, Dojima? That's character development. Nanako had been talking non-stop during dinner. So Dojima-san pointed that out. Whether or not she'll admit it though, I definitely heard that story many times. If the parenting visiting day made her happy, or she was looking for any excuse to prolong our conversation. Whatever it is, Nanako seems happy.
I saw a really long car yesterday.
A really long car? She must have been talking about the extravagant black limousine
You
that
mean the
Mitsuru
limo
said.
that was driving around town? Yeah, I heard about that. A big stretch limo in a sleepy little town like ours. I'll tell you one thing. They won't be from around here.
Dojima-san shoots me a glance when responding to Nanako's comment. He's a detective through and through. I think he's noticed something's up. Sure enough, after Dojima-san sends Nanako to the sink with the empty dishes because he makes the fucking Nanako do it even though she's 6 years old. He gets right down to business.
What are you up to this time?
There's no hiding that piercing glance. He has to know we came in contact with Mitsuru-san's people. They're so dignified, seeming that I'd hope for their latestly long limos wouldn't stand out here. But I found
The day
myself
you were
actually
due
being
back,
lean.
a detective from the Metropolitan Police Department suddenly rang me up to ask about the details of that case. Not only that, but I saw that Shirogane kid at the station several times these past couple of days. Was this all just a coincidence?
That's...
Can't answer, huh?
That's odd. Normally you grill me for more information and yell at me while doing it.
I trust you, but this is don't stick your head into the lion's den. You do understand that I'm a detective, pretty much your guardian while you're here, right?
I say yes, but
As long
in
as
my
you
mind I
understand.
apologize.
Then do whatever you want.
We're heading into dangerous waters, but it's the same as the situation when I lived here. We have to be the ones to do this. I can't help but smile at Dojima-san, look away and sigh. I'm sure he has a million questions about everything that I'm doing, but he's not asking them because he trusts me.
You're picking on Big Bro again, Dad.
Oh, no, not at all. We were just talking.
Really, Big Bro?
Yeah, There's nothing to worry about.
I'll always be on
Thank you,
your side.
Nanako.
Okay?
Nanako looks up with a worried expression, but her reply is earnest. It's Iijima-san looking uncomfortable, and I can't help but laugh again. Oh, we exchanged our calendar from Persona 3 to Catherine. I can hear the faint rumble of thunder in the distance. The rain that was pouring down this evening has already stopped. If the pattern holds, the midnight channel should stay quiet as long as it's not raining. Feels like it raises some complex in me. I have to go back home tomorrow, and as much as I hope nothing happens, I have to resolve this mystery while
Make
I'm
up
still
your
here.
mind, you.
I glance through the TV screen's reflected surface and catch me in a, out of habit. I look, the screen suddenly turns on. Oh shit.
Strong wind, while the weak disappear. Tonight, we will witness the hottest battles in all history. The goddess of victory is waiting to descend upon the ring. P1 fans, are you ready? Are you ready?
Time to let loose! An all-out war!
The contestants in the previous P1 Grand Prix have returned for another tournament.
Oh shit, I
right
can
on
think
the
I
heels
can.
of the last one. These warriors will create another legend here at the world-shattering P1 ring. These are battles of honor, battles of will. Sparks will fly. Some fight for pride, some fight for glory.
I like how Mitsuru has a fucking sword and
Will this be decided
Kadri
by
just
pure
hits him with
muscle,
a chair.
or will a battle of wits determine the outcome? Things are heating up! Tonight, who will win the title of champion? Who will be crowned with the winner's wreath? Whose tale of glory will resound for generations? All that remains are the dreams of the warriors. As the Grand Prix plunges into its final chapter, the P1 climax is...
Barely getting started!
Why is it counting down?
Did you see that? What the hell?
Hello? Hey.
Yo, it's Junpei.
What's going on here?
What's he fucking doing in fucking...
What in the world?
Yo!
Town!
A red fog?
Is that fucking Tartarus?
What the?
Dun, 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 dun.
Yoo-hoo! All you P1 crazies out there, sorry about the long wait.
The TV shows a familiar classroom. That's the announcement room of the school Labras created. Sitting in that announcement room is General Teddy, actually just his head chortling away.
The P1 climax! It's the end of the world! One-on-one deathmatch that's worthy of the name Climax! And best of all, if you don't win the one-on-one tournament to the finish within the hour, the world will end! No punches pulled this time! I'll make myself clear so that no one misunderstands. This will not be taking place within the TV world. It will, in fact, take place in the reality which you occupy. Enjoy it while you can. Alrighty then. Time to show off how that special stage is going.
Oh shit! They're fucking Itsutsuki hit in them! They're fucking it's Itsutsuki! Fuka!
Is that? Mitsuru-san?
What will be the fate of our captured queen and her loyal minion? Then again, if we don't have a champion, everyone's a goner anyway. So she'll be in good company. Best of luck to all of you.
When the TV becomes a silent box, realizing a strange light is filling the dark down room, I dash toward the window. The town outside is covered in an eerie red fog. The street lights are off and I don't sense anyone's presence. It's the red fog, seeing the town in such an obviously abnormal state, and I quickly look back in my room.
Nanako! Dojima-san!
No matter how I look, the two who live here are nowhere to be found. Is this really the real world? If so, what happened to the townspeople?
The Junes food court.
We'd always gather there. They should be heading there too. Kanji, though, he might head straight into the TV. I chuckled to myself at the thought. Whenever we needed to fight, I was always clad in my Yasugami High uniform. Oh, which one do we go for? Let's go for Nato. The clock's ticking. I exit the room and I look up from the file I heard. It seems that you in for some sort of mental stimulation to distract me from the steel volume of information. But when I look up, all that's before me is this tall stacks of file I brought in from the reference room. Even though I cooperated with the investigation as a detective, I've only been in this room a few times. They must have ushered me into the drawing room on the highest floor of Uniba Station in order to send a message. Don't draw attention to yourself.
I see. In other words, nothing
Oh,
suspicious
you.
is apparent in the current Kirijo group.
Correct. There are no factors that would necessitate detouring Mitsuru Kirijo or the shadow operatives which she leads.
The man holding my report falls silent. His reaction shows he most likely foresaw what kind of report I'd hand in. Yeah, we know who he is. He requested the undercover investigation.
Mitsuru Kirijo seemed to have some idea who stole her cargo, yes?
She did indeed. To begin with, the culprit knew the contents of the cargo, which even Miss Kirijo herself did not fully understand. It follows that the culprit in this case was someone with intimate knowledge of the Kirijo group's dark secrets.
Controller.
How Mitsuru Kirijo deals with this culprit will surely shed more light upon her true motive.
Half of that is true and half is sophistry. I need to discover the trump card the public safety is hiding. For most of the trump card will lead us to the culprit of this case, the one who stole Labras and threw her into the TV world. After a moment of silence, the man plays a stack of thick folders.
Report to us again when you find out more.
Whether I
seems
find
my
out
gamble
more or
paid
not,
off.
it's certain that
Lapis' kidnapper hadn't been caught and the case is ongoing. Even now, there may be a development somewhere. My friends on the investigation team must be having a strategy meeting at that food court around now. Though it's been a while since any of us had seen you, Senpai, so the conversation may have already digressed. Sighing, I forced aside that twinge of loneliness and dropped my gaze to the file
the
on my
Kirijo
handle one.
Ergonomics Research Laboratory, an organization specializing in research upon
And I demanded of public safety was an investigative document on the Kirijo Research Institute, which no longer exists. The founder of that Mitsuru was Mitsuru's grandfather, Kotetsu Kirijo. The one who's dead, or the one who Sutsuki shot, or was that her father? I think that was her father, right? The contents of that report were filled with matters that were hard to believe. The Dark Hour, a different world populated by shadows that seems to intrude on the real world. Does this world... Is the Red Fog the Dark Hour? The mysterious, almost alien artifacts known as plumes of dusk that can induce a personality that come from Nyx, apparently. And the anti-shadow suppression weapons. Artificial persona users who gain their abilities with special drugs, so, like, Strega. Had I not seen Agasan and Labyrinth with my own two eyes, the supernatural contents of this file would be
A flood of shadows
ludicrously
and the
implausible.
manifestation of personas. There are many similarities to what we experienced. The chief difference is that their catastrophe was artificially induced in the name of research.
I sense when ours was created by God himself. I sense an unwavering commitment duty to Mitsu-san. Though they, like us, are persona users, the horror in this file must be why I detected a very different type
I
of resolve
hesitate to
from
look
them.
into such matters without their consent, but I doubt they would volunteer much.
What would happen to Mitsu-san and her people? Would we need to know more about our common enemy?
Shuji Akutsuki.
Oh, there he
Position
is.
of chairman at Gekkokan High after Ergo Research was disbanded. Mitsuru-san went there. Deceased in 2009. Cause of death. Falling from the school's observatory. Was it suicide? No listed fate.
Why did he step off the edge? There's no other information in regards to him in the document I gained from PubSec. The simplicity of the sentence in regards to Shuji Sutsuki, an obviously important person, oddly left an impression on me. Yo, why is fucking the culprit recreating Isutsuki? Because we know he's dead. I finished reading over the material, but to be honest, it tells me little. Most of the principals are already involved, including Kotetsu Kurisho, Suzy Utsushi, and the persona users whose abilities were artificially awakened. Shinji! To deliberately gather shadows in order to fuse them together. If that was the objective, wouldn't the TV world be an ideal place
if I
for a
check
test
inside
run?
of the...
I opened my cell phone to share my findings, scanned the AV, and noticed the hours late.
It's a bit
almost
late
the
to
next
call
day.
them. Which reminds me, I think I heard thunder earlier. Could it have rained?
That word rain gives me pause. During the incident with Labras, it was the Midnight Channel was broadcasting again. A bad
Call it
feeling
this-
calls my
Hello.
mind.
I got through. Miss Detective? Wait, no. Naoto-kun, right?
Voice. Is that you, Labras? What's the matter?
Listen up, because we got a big problem. Mitsuru-san and the others were on their way to Inaba, but they've gone missing.
Missing?
So we were gonna go look for them, but these weird guys came barging into the Shadow Operatives lab. I'm the only one who got out.
The Shepherd operative we researched on was attacked.
Labras.
Could it be the
Calm
enemy?
down. Can you describe anything unique about the...
Unique? They came in a big group. They wore suits. They showed this paper-looking thing, and they said something about an investigation.
Just as I thought, PubSec, there can be no mistake. The egregio in PubSec is low opinion of the Shadow Operatives. Hence their request they perform an undercover conversation. They must have found out about Mitsu-san's disappearance and used it as to launch a compulsory investigation. The Mitsu-san's disappearance, could it really be related to public safety's move? Labra said a moment ago that Mitsu-san and the people were headed to Inaba. Why?
I understand. What's your...
I can't go back to the lab, right? Even if I could, I wouldn't know what to do without Mitsuru-san. But then I found out the Shadow Operatives got these special folks who only get called up in emergencies. I just met up with them a minute ago, and we're about to go look for Mitsuru-san and them.
Understood. I'll cooperate as well.
Oh.
I'm sure the others won't say no either. We'll all try searching for Mitsuru-san.
Junpei and fucking Ken fucking...
Labras, there's something else I'd like to ask. Why was Mitsuru-san headed for Inaba?
If I remember right, they found a weird shadow reading over there.
A weird shadow reading?
An abnormal shadow reading is detected in Inaba, and Mitsuru-san go, even if this is unrelated, I can't overlook this detail. Whatever enemy they face, and such enemy is the one who kidnapped Labras.
Spiked all of a sudden. Did something happen over there?
Nothing springs to mind.
I checked the clock on the wall.
I'm sorry, but let's continue this on the move. We should meet up at the very least.
Yeah, I'm surprised you can tell. We have a maid pilot.
A personal helicopter and a maid piloting it? I never thought of my family as poor, but thinking back to that limousine, the Karijo clan seems to be on a completely different level.
Let me think of a place where a helicopter could land around here.
All the lights suddenly turn off. Though it is midnight, this is a police station. There will be several officers stationed here at this hour. In defiance of these facts, an unnatural stillness. The helicopter roaring on the other end of the line has fallen silent. My cell phone was dead, as if the batteries were drained. I tried a few things. Have all the electronics stopped working so suddenly? And obviously Paul has fallen upon this quiet rural town.
Red fog?
Seeing the town envelop in fog, I can't help but remember last year's case. To be continued, okay. This is some fucking Itsuki shit. Not Itsuki, Uchikoshi shit. Anyway, time to go talk to fucking Rise. What is she up to? I raise one arm to the mirror-lined wall and close my eyes. In my mind I see a stage, a hazy shadow of a band, glow stick. I look at them for my mark, indicated a spot. The moment the countdown hits zero, the spotlight comes on. I reach and become one with the stage.
Say hello. You gotta say goodbye to
1,000 lives, yeah!
shout friends. Just those words you really mean. And let your voice be heard all over the world.
They fucking made this into a professional song. They made the Ricky Dick Judess song into a professional song.
It's me, come on out. Get ready for your true story.
I remember back in the fucking day when Teddy was hitting the fucking cymbal, the bell. The music requires an element of surprise. That was Teddy's funniest moment. As I calm my breathing and look towards the clock to check how long that performance took me, I see where its two ends are pointing.
Crap! I didn't take my bike today. I wonder if I can make the last train.
Night, everyone. I'm off for today.
I don't know why it's doing this. After a mad dash to Okina Station, I barely make it to the stop train.
Made it.
The last train on the holiday is usually pretty empty, so I sit in an open seat and get my time for my bag. There's a new song in here that they just gave me the afternoon. Today felt so long for some reason.
Ooh, it's gotten a lot later than we expected.
Oh,
Are
it's
still
you,
okay on
anyway.
time?
You didn't have to give me a lift, you know. I'd have been fine.
That's not the issue. Come on, I'm your manager.
What? Stop it! Stop it! The reason Innocent seems so happy is because of the news we just got earlier. By the way, I have played Persona 3 just off camera. The reason Innocent seems so happy is because of the news we got.
Still, I had no idea that the boss was putting together such a detailed plan for your comeback.
Well, I'm grateful and all, but I just don't think I'm ready yet.
That's not true. We've all seen how hard you've been working. You're much stronger than you were. I think the boss is making the right decision.
Are you just flattering me, Inoue-san?
Never intentionally. You sang that new song we gave you today after just a short lesson. You even memorized the dance steps.
That's not a new song!
I wasn't any good, though. I got distracted by the steps and kept going off key. And I wasn't hitting the turns cleanly. I've still got a long way to go.
Even as far as discussion as my comeback goes, if Innocent didn't come up with any excuses why he couldn't get in contact with me until yesterday...
Rise-chan, did something happen?
Huh?
I know that there's a part of your life you won't let me into, and that's okay. An idol doesn't need to tell her manager everything. But there's a difference between keeping things private and isolating yourself. You asked if you could get some days off during the long holiday, right? And you didn't seem too keen on today's session either. Did you have some other engagement in mind?
No, you're just cutting me too much slack. It's nothing to do with work. There was something that made me realize how powerless I am.
So many people are supporting me for my comeback, but no matter how I throw myself into rehearsals, all I can think about is nothing but a burden
Rise-chan?
to the incident yesterday.
Were you worried I'd quit again? I'm still set on getting back into showbiz, once I shake off the rest from my hiatus.
I can tell that much from watching you practice. Still, maybe you need a breather.
Huh?
The publisher consulted me about maybe rescheduling the photo shoot. When I told them doing it later would be problematic since you're still a student, they decided to reschedule for another time. So, take a nice break tomorrow.
No-san.
But things will be busy after the long holiday. The success of your comeback project is on the line here.
I really appreciate it. Can you let me off at Okina Station today? If I have tomorrow off, I want to stop by the studio and practice a little more.
Huh? But wouldn't it be late by the time you're done? Why don't I take you straight home?
There's not enough room at home. Please? I'll go straight home after I practice a little.
Well, alright. But don't push yourself too hard, okay?
I won't. Actually, though, you shouldn't coddle me so much either. Okay, Inoue-san?
Oh, this is a flashback. Okay. Through the train window, I see the countryside, with only a few lights here and there. The train was empty to begin with, and it only gets emptier once
A
you
long
touch the
holiday,
stop.
huh?
The long holiday was supposed to cap off with just work and rehearsals. Even when I heard you Senpai was coming back, I was the one who decided not to change my plans. When I told the others, they said stuff like, "Oh, work's work," and hang in there. Kanji was the only one who acted like a kid, saying, "What's more important
That
to you,
reminds
work
me.
or Senpai?"
Naoto-kun had to work during the holidays too.
I bet Naoko-kun wouldn't get all indecisive about these things. With a sigh, I take out my cell. I see I have an email.
It's from Yukiko.
It's a summary of what the investigation team talked about today, and the time we're
At
meeting
6
tomorrow.
a.m.? That's early. I bet some of those guys are gonna be late for sure.
I laugh, but it quickly turns aside. I have tomorrow off, thanks to a newsstand. Well, I'm happy I get to see everyone. I'm a little bummed out, too. I couldn't do anything during that incident. I don't remember anything about that day after I finished shopping for dinner at Jeunesse. When I came to, I was already in the announcement room under the surveillance of General Teddy. In the end, it turned out General Teddy was Labra's shadow, taking on Teddy's form. There he was holding this event called the P1 Grand Prix, and forcing my senpai to find each other in it. So I was captured. They used my voice and likeness to goad everyone into hurting each other. I thought it sounded cool saying I had worked, but I got kidnapped, imprisoned, and watched them use my face and voice to
At
confuse
this rate,
everyone.
I can barely face Senpai and the others.
You senpai will be going back now. I can't help but think about Fuka-san. You had just tremendous powers that she could open Mitsu-san by describing what was going on in the TV world even from outside. Did that happen?
The next stop is Yaso Inaba. Yaso Inaba.
The fucking train shadow! That's a weird place to cut the announcement off.
Oh no! A blackout?
Look out the window, a huge red moon. Is that fog?
Inaba's that way.
I turn around, there's no one in the train. They've all disappeared. The train cart is pretty empty.
Wait, what's going on? Oh right, my
It seems to have turned off by itself.
It's broken? Of all the times. Guys, you senpai.
This is the station I know too well. I can't believe it, but there was no mistake.
This feeling. It can't be. It's like I'm inside the TV.
I'm moving before I think twice. I'll yank open the door using the emergency level and jump out onto the tracks. I began running towards the Unibus train station. We could do a bit more.
Damn it, it's not turning on. The streetlights are all out too. What in the world's going on?
A minute, Chino. I call up you, and all of a sudden my cell's gone completely dead. I decided to rush to the floodplain for the time being, but there's this thing of soul in the...
There's no one
Teddy.
around. Am I gonna be all alone with Yosuke for the rest of my life? No! Why couldn't I be stuck with a beautiful lady?
I could say the same thing about you. Anyways, we need to get to Jeunesse right now. Let's go.
We're going to Jeunesse? Such devotion to your company in a crisis.
That's not why we're going, moron. Someone from the team's bound to be there now. Whenever anything happened, we always met up there. So if we can't get in contact with anyone, that's the first place to go, right?
Oh, I see. Then Sensei, Chie-chan, Yuki-chan, and even Kanji.
Actually, I could imagine Kanji going straight into the TV world instead.
I mean, like, I went to the TV when he was half asleep. I wouldn't surprise me a bit when the first thing he thought was, I better go to the
Still,
TV right away.
What's up with that midnight channel earlier? I've never heard of it starting before midnight. And what's up with the countdown? This isn't New Year's Eve. Etsu, don't even say stuff like that.
What did you say? The war could have ended without us knowing. A one-on-one battle with an armor, and there's a first shot of Mitsu Shan.
Was that video for real? I doubt Mitsuru-san's bunch would get caught that easily.
Crucifying a lady like that is unforgivable! Yosuke, let's hurry and meet up with everyone so we can go rescue Michan.
Right. You're really fired up about this, aren't you?
And then, I'm gonna get a thank you kiss from the lovely lady.
That's what you're after. How much of a horn dog can one bear be?
Huh? Don't you like Michan's amazing bod too, Yosuke?
Well, who wouldn't be interested? Hey, where are you going with this?
But just to be serious, the lady's way too intense for me. It's not that she built up the queen thing to a T, she totally is one. No wait, now's not the time to say fantasizing about
Stop
stuff.
all so suddenly! I don't have...
Teddy's saying something stupid again, but I don't have time to deal with that. I turned to Teddy and mentioned the dot that hit me just now.
Is this fog getting thick?
Just my imagination. The visibility is way worse. The fog is definitely getting thicker. The fog wasn't red like this.
Yikes! Can't you cover your mouth when you sneeze?
My nose got itchy. Oh.
Just hurry up and wipe your nose.
By the way, Yosuke.
What now?
I hope it's just my imagination, but was this road always this...
Huh?
I take a quick look around. Why do we notice we're running on and on down the floodplain? I can't see throughout the fog, but I don't remember the floodplain going on this long. In the distance, it's like we're in the TV world.
Hey, Yosuke. What? I've been having this bad feeling all this time. Can I share this scare?
What's with the creepy buildup?
We're outside the TV world right now, right? But this place smells the same.
The same as where?
Well, the same as inside the TV.
Wait, do I have to fight Teddy right now?
Look, my bare nose is itching up a storm.
Your nose? That's right. Does that mean you can tell where everyone is?
I can kinda tell, but this fog is so thick that it's...
God, don't turn towards me when you're sneezing!
You're how rude! I don't have any allergies. My nose has been feeling so itchy that...
Yeah, what a reliable nose you have. Damn it. With the town all messed up, even that might be impossible.
If the town's really become like the TV world, then I doubt this road leads to Jeunesse at all. There doesn't seem to be a soul in town. With things like this, are the others really safe?
Here it comes! My Teddy sensor...
Teddy begins running down the riverbank. What is he doing running all this stuff? I follow him down the riverbank.
You still haven't told me what... Huh?
Sorry about the wait.
You? How did you get here?
Yosuke, hold on a sec!
Huh? Not now, Teddy. I'm glad you're safe, you.
Of course. So you're with Teddy after all.
Huh? Well, yeah. You're acting kind of strange.
What worthless vermin who can't survive without huddling together.
Huh?
With this vermin, something's not right. You doesn't seem the usual stuff. In the last P1 Grand Prix, there was times where the other person were hearing something different than what we said, but that was because the lab's special function that was messing with us.
Yosuke, no! That's not Sensei! He has a strong, shadowy stink!
What?
The you smirched in a total evil way. This guy definitely isn't you.
It's too late. Now, bring on the rain.
Whoa! What the...
When the thing looks from you, raises his hand. 4 glowing red pillars fall in the sky to surround us, locking themselves in the ground. Teddy has to roll backward on an instinct to avoid being crushed by one of them.
I'm gonna die!
Teddy, are you okay?
One of the red pillars give off an eerie glow. I run right into an invisible wall. I feel like my nose is gonna fall off. This is just like the P1 Grand Prix the other day.
You really don't learn, do you, Yosuke? This is the P1, so obviously the rule is that only the winner can move on. Now, it's about to begin. The first battle of the P1 climax. Is everyone ready?
You again? Yosuke, the fake Teddy's back! You're General Teddy? Seriously? But you were just labyrinth.
What are you talking about? You're such a grown ranger, Yosuke. It doesn't matter who I am. Continue this idle speculation, and you'll lose your...
I detect something and instinctively dive to the side. I get back on my feet. See the sword use one hitting that exact spot. If that had hit me, I'd be practically dead.
There's only one thing that happens in the P1, so hurry and draw your weapons.
What are you saying? You seem a lot like you. I can't tell if you're being tricked or not.
Yosuke, there's no need to worry. What you're looking at now isn't sensei. It's a complete fake that I made. So now that there's no need to hold back, go fight it!
A fake?
That's right! What really draws in the crowds at a fighting tournament are chaotic, intense, neck-and-neck battles. So the great General Teddy went to the trouble of ginning up shadows to settle things with you guys.
He made the thing? Yikes, the Yuhi looks exactly like the real deal. What did General Teddy learn that thing? Wasn't General Teddy just another form of Labra's shadow?
What's the matter? You're supposed to be all about fair and square fights. Why won't you hurry up and start this mano-a-mano rumble?
The fake you readies his sword. Damn it, this is just like the real one.
You're seriously a fake? You're pretty well made.
Of course I am. Spawned from your data. My skills are the same. In fact, I swore you incapable of doing anything without your friends, Captain Masato.
Oh, you just had to take a jab at my painful memories, didn't you? But I get it now. Since I know you're a fake, there's no need to hold back.
You'll regret acting all young like that. Persona.
What in the world? How did a fake sensei summon a real persona?
Whoa, for real?
For real? Aren't you supposed to be limited to some personas in the TV world? Looks like I'm at a disadvantage. Wait, Teddy said this entire place smells like the same inside the
Yosuke,
TV.
you have to run! Hurry! Stay back, Teddy. If this seriously is a P1, then we won't be able to go on. And with what's happened to the town, this is no time for hesitating. I'm gonna take a chance and go for it.
There's no doubt. I sense a large power somewhere within me. I honed it with it on my senses. There's a part of me that's determined not to run anymore. I will defeat this guy and tell everyone what's going on.
Finally.
Oh wait, I fucking... The problem is I don't main any of these characters. Like, I don't know how to play any of these characters. The fake you, along with the red pillars surrounding a shadow with the tinkering noise. They must be the invisible walls are now. It's pretty tiring to fight another Persona user. Every time I clashed with him, I felt like my muscles were burning up. Am I that out of shape?
I believed it!
The Teddy comes me with a tea-stained and a drippy nose. I open my arms and reflexively dodge him.
Yosuke?
Dude, what do you expect? You're practically soaking in fog, tears, and snot. I pretend not to notice his affected look and try to come up with something else to talk about.
Fake you. Are you?
And they turn around, the fake you starts to melt into black goo. The surreal sight leaves me at a loss for words, but not Teddy.
Ah! Sensei's melted like butter! Dude, that wasn't the real you. Well, this is kind of a gross way to prove it.
The fake you bubbles up and continues to melt away. It's not that we're lying when the fake was made with a shadow. Because it's a fake doesn't change the fact it looks like you. Seeing it dissolve like that makes it look a little sick. These particles of light float up to the sky.
And that was a shadow. Yeah, seems like. The real you, I'm pretty sure, wouldn't melt into goo like that. That's true. But what is it?
Labby-chan's kidnapper said he wanted to steal our personas and make them into shadows, right? Do you think Sensei's persona got stolen and became that thing you fought?
What? Like hell that would happen. Wait, it wouldn't, right?
Don't ask me, I asked you first!
There's no way to go down so fast. That fake was really strong. He fought.
Anyway, we gotta hurry and find the others. This whole thing is making me more and more nervous. Man, suddenly I can use my persona in the real world?
Huh?
What's up?
I smelled the real Sensei! And from the other direction, I'm sniffing... Oh, it's Yuki-chan!
Really? Can you smell the other guys too?
No, just those two. Actually, this might not be good. I sense shadows real close.
What? Damn it. Oh well, we're gonna have to split up. We need to make sure everyone's safe first. After that, we can meet up at Juness.
Alrighty then. In that case, it's time to fully open up my bare nostrils. Roar!
Hey, wait! You didn't tell me where you is!
Roar! Yuki-chan!
Damn it, you perverted bear! You are so getting a pay cut for this!
If the world fucking survives... What is this fucking Uchikoshi shit? Actually, no, story select. I'm gonna call the stream there. Thank you all very much for watching. And I will see y'all later. Goodbye.